Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. We're at Seabring today for our 5th Road to Gold series and we're driving the McLaren GT3. I've really been enjoying driving this car. I think this race shows why. From start to finish we were either closing down the leaders or being chased from behind, so it's definitely one for you to watch. On the screen then you can see we're starting in 3rd place for this race. We did qualify in 4th, but just before the race started, the guy in P3 left. So we moved up the positions. This is how the safety rating is looking. So hopefully by the end of this race, we can be a little bit closer to Gold 3, but you'll have to stick around and find out. So moving over to the start of the race then, let's see how we get on. Coming up to the line then to start this race, you can see we're sitting in P3 as we did move up one position. Lights go green. Do bounce off the overlook in gear 1 there, so not the best of starts, but we do appear to have the run on the Ferrari. Coming into the first corner. McLaren in front, getting a nice tidy line. We do try to lean on that front right tire a bit too much, I think, and steering wide. The guard drops out behind, let's just go through, nice and tidy through here. Don't want to be pushing too hard at this stage, just trying to get some nice temperature into those tyres. Do want to make sure that the guys behind don't overtake though. The guy in front is opening at the gap, 1.3 seconds at the moment. 0.3 behind, still very close. Getting this apex nicely.
Okay Luke, decent start, we can build something from here. Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow.
Guy in front opening up even more.
It looks like Julian and Alexander have gone off.
However, we are opening up to the car behind 0.6 now, so we just need to keep up this pace. Still close enough to be permanently on my radar though. Now I was really liking the feel of the McLaren around this track. It felt very planted, it was sturdy. The nose is quite pointy. I usually drive the BMW, but for this track I was quite liking this car. I'm probably going to give it a go in some future races as well. Feeling like this car maybe suits me a little bit better than the BMW. Guy in front going a little bit wide there, potentially just putting 2 wheels onto the grass. You can see we are gaining now, 0.7, 0.6, 0.5. So we've definitely got a better run out of this corner than him in that slipstream. However, this corner is probably my main weakness on this track, as you can see there. The car getting a little bit unsettled and going a little bit wide, and the Ferrari closing right up behind us. Just creeping up on the inside. I do try to push him over so I can widen this line a little bit past this middle sector for me there. Trying to get a nice and narrow line this time. However, the Ferrari seems to get the undercut and tries to come up the outside. Unfortunately, I do get 2 wheels on the grass here as I'm braking, and the car kind of swooped out and I went into the side of that Ferrari. Luckily I didn't ruin his race or anything though, but he does go wide at this corner. Not sure if that's because of the damage or what, but I do feel a little bit bad there. But yeah, I think it just was a racing incident, to be honest. As I braked, I was put 2 wheels onto the grass and the car just flicked out to the sides. Nothing I can really do, I don't think. McLaren looking at the inside, thinks better of it though. So now gap in front, 3.5 seconds. And 0.6 behind, so you definitely need to keep an eye on that gap in front, because towards the end of the race it does get a little bit spicy, I'd say. We've got 3 cars right behind me. Really don't want to be making any mistakes here. I'm trying to settle into this race. I do have a little bit of front end nose damage, probably from knocking into that Ferrari in the previous lap, earlier in this lap. We are just coming up to a 2nd gap behind. So let's try and settle into this race and see how we get on. If you are liking the content guys, please do consider hitting the like and subscribe button. It really does help me out. Helps the channel get out there and get noticed by the YouTube. Hope you enjoy. Coming through into lap 6 then, you can see we've opened up the gap behind to Regard. We've got about 2 seconds ahead of him. Satcher in first place, still decent way ahead. Gap opens up a little bit just on the entry to this corner, but it does come back down on the exit. Did seem to be more weak point throughout the circuit. If you see, is about a second lap quicker than us. We're about 1.5 seconds quicker than Regard behind, so I think we're safe for him at the moment, at least anyway. Just need to keep on chipping away at Sasha. See if we can catch up. Already down to 2.7 there. Nice and tidy through these corners here. Going a little bit wide though, out onto the curb, touching 2 minutes on the grass. And you can see Regard there has closed up within 1.1 second now, so he definitely is catching. Let's keep on trying to be consistent. Maybe I could have taken that corner one a little bit narrower there. Got caught more of the apex. Gap in front coming down slightly still, 2.5 seconds now. However, we are 3 cents down on this lap, so Sasha must not be having a very good lap. Losing a little bit of time through here. Making a little bit back up on the exit, not as much as we lost on the entry though. Losing a little bit more time through here, but gaining on the exit, so getting a nice drive out of this corner. See the gap behind just opening up. Gap in front is still maintaining. Not the quickest through this first corner. See if we get a nice exit out of here. Nice. Look at all that time we're making up. Let's see how close we are coming around to end lap 6. 1.7 at the moment. Yeah, the braking's done nicely there. Gap does open up a little bit there. We do make up a lot of time on that corner though. Coming out the exit we do lose. So 1.9 ahead then, 0.8 behind. Regard having a very good lap there. Quickest lap of the race by the looks of it.
5.39. Good lap. That's your quickest today.
Going wide on this corner, that's allowing Regard to close up on me. Right behind me coming into this corner, I hope he does back out, he doesn't go for a dive bomb. That radar, how close he is. Feeling the pressure here, going wide, 2 wheels on the grass, gravel. And he's looking like he's going to try and go around the outside. Do appear to just have the speed on him here, dropping back a little bit. And slightly behind me for this corner. Let's keep pushing them, try and open that gap back up. And I will join you in a second. Coming into the last couple of corners of this lap then, and coming into this corner here, we unfortunately do get a little bit distracted and miss our braking zone, which is very unfortunate.
So you're right.
And we do let both of the guys behind through. So now down in 4th place, we've got Chimpus, Regard and Sasha ahead of us. Still a decent gap to the guy behind, 1.3 seconds. You can see him in the mirrors there, so he's not too far away. What we really need to focus on now is basically just staying in the slipstream of the guys in front, not letting the guy behind catch up, and not letting the guys in front pull away basically. So we need to try and put in some consistent laps here, find a bit of pace, and see if we can catch up to the 3 leaders in front.
Enjoy your apexes. Wait for the chances to come, mate. 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
final few corners of this lap then. We're coming up to the same section as where we went deep on the previous lap and let everyone through. You can see the gap is still maintaining as it was at the start of the lap, and getting a much better drive into this corner this time and not losing all that time. D slow behind, living up to his name. Clearly doesn't have the pace to keep up with us, at least at this moment of the race anyway, but keep your eyes peeled for that. Still staying relatively close to the guys in front. Looks like I get a bit of a wide exit on this corner here. That might open up the gap in front. You can see though, first place 2.4 seconds ahead, and the gap is dropping. So it looks like us 3, P4, P3 and P2 are gaining on the leader. 3 minutes of the race left to go, so we could be in for a battle right at the end of the race. D slow there, dropping back. Nice lap from us there. Not quite on pace with the regard in second place. As you can hear there, that is the quickest lap of, at least my quickest lap of this session anyway. We did get a little bit of understeer through midway through that corner, so we're going a little bit wide, getting this corner nicely here though. Getting the apex, or just missing the apex there, running out onto the curb. Gap opening up a little bit again, 0.9, we still are within slipstream range. I think, I don't actually know at what point it sort of comes into effect. It might be like half a second, something like that. However, releasing the pressure from us behind, so let's just focus on the front and let's see what we can do. See if we can make up any of these positions.
That's 2 minutes left, 2 minutes.
Just under 2 minutes left then. Still sitting nicely. Porsche there getting 2 wheels on the dirt and losing rear a little, but he does manage to keep the pace up. See what we can do here. 0.5 seconds ahead. Only 1.5 seconds splitting me and the guy in first place. Getting a nice turn in through this corner. Now it looks like the guys in front are sort of all blocking each other, and they get a little bit of a slow exit out of here, so we are right on the back of the Porsche coming down this back straight. This is the closest we've been so far, down to 0.2 seconds. Literally from P4 to P1 is 1 second making it that gap there, so very close towards the end of this race. We slip at the inside of the Porsche, but we do carry a little bit too much speed, and the Porsche does manage to undercut us, and just coming out the exit there we do need to lift off the gas, otherwise we would have gone into the wall. So unfortunately slotting back in behind this Porsche. Let's see if we can make a move up into first corner here, make a move on the last lap of the race. So trying to go around the outside or through the inside. However, the Porsche does get a bit more speed through and manage to keep it around the outside, so we slot back in behind again. It's looking like this is going to be the last lap, but just look how close these three are. 2 seconds behind, so no pressure there. Just got to make sure we don't slow ourselves down too much fighting. Right, they're all within slipstream there, but it looks like I have sort of dropped out of it a little bit, so not really gaining too much on them down the back here. All getting bunched up in this corner here. Porsche, looks like his back end slipped out a bit there, so can we make a move up into the corner again? Getting right up on the back of him here, tried to go at the inside. However, not really left the space, so slot back in behind. Closing up on the brakes. Porsche definitely getting a better drive out of that corner. Fortunately losing out a bit of gap there, so fortunately due to that mistake there, I don't really think we're going to be able to make another move or an attempt at a move. Not really getting the best drive out of that corner then either, so the gap is opening up slightly, back up to 0.9 seconds. Don't really feel like I'm going to be able to catch up here. Guy behind 0.8, so he is closing. Shows how messy those last couple of corners were. Still very close between me and the front guys there. Going in a little bit there and opening up behind, so clearly they didn't get the best exit out of that corner or entry.
2 litres remaining.
Get the notification there that we've just got enough fuel left, 2 litres remaining. Not really trying anything silly here because I'm not going to make up a position. Just bringing it home and coming home to finish this race in P4, so
P4. Okay.
not a bad result. Probably one of my funnest races so far, I would say.
Acknowledged. Pit stop requested.
No sort of crashes or anything like that. Very good racing between all of us. And yeah, just an overall enjoyable race. So let's flick through to the results then and let's see how we got on with our safety rating and drive rating. All green on the driver rank then, going up by 12.2%. And the safety rank also going up by a big jump, 36.9%, which is a big help for the next video. That should be out next Sunday. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please do consider hitting like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video where we can hopefully move up to gold.